Welcome to Just Saying. Today's show is Dear Heartbreak. That shit hurt. Stay tuned.
You are tuned in to Black Hollywood Live. Just saying.
You're tuning in to Just Saying, where it's real friends, real talk, and real raw. I'm Diann Valentine. I'm your host tonight. Please welcome my co-host, my girls, Mrs. April Daniels.
Hey.
And Miss Jennifer Williams.
Hi, ladies.
Hey, guys. How are you?
What's going on?
Jen is great. She just came back from vacation.
Oh my gosh, I feel so relaxed and I honestly didn't wear any heels for like a week.
Wow.
And I just relaxed and got some rest.
Nice.
Worked out and I feel refreshed.
That's good. That's good.
You looking all fresh.
Over here on me a little bit.
Yeah, looking all remixed.
I try. So it was good though. But I'm
Good.
happy to be back.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
I mean, welcome back. I said welcome to be back. Welcome back.
Well, we know somewhere in the world it is happy hour, just not here.
I know, but we ain't got no cocktails today, so I hope you guys are having a cocktail. I had enough to last me for a couple weeks, so I'm okay with water, but you guys know I don't toast with water. But I hope you guys are having a cocktail because it is happy hour. And I'll be back drinking next week, for sure. If I gotta bring it myself, I'll be back drinking.
Well, I'm on a new diet because I got
what
fat
else
girl
is new?
problems. And the scariest part, can I just share the scariest part of the new diet I'm on, is I had to take before pictures. Like almost naked.
Oh.
I was like, that's not me. Baby, that's not me.
That's good incentive, though.
Oh my God. I have such fat girl problems.
You gotta post that picture on your refrigerator.
I was like, baby, is this what you sleep with every day?
He's like, girl, I don't even look at all that.
Yeah. He was like, girl, gone. I was like, let me not take this pictures with my phone because that's going to be in the cloud
Oh,
forever.
no, I forgot about that.
Oh my!
I'm doing
Like,
the same
where does that go? Where does the cloud go?
Look, it creeps back up on you. That's what we know.
You be like, cool, dude.
It never goes away.
Yeah,
Right?
it comes back after you on ABC and you sitting right.
Right. You like,
my God.
Yeah, be a little reminder.
Oh,
Remember
my
when you
goodness.
took that shot?
Yes, Lord have mercy. I forgot all about that. Thank you, Diann, for that tidbit of information. But let's move on to Just Heard. We got a busy week. So everybody, you was on vacation, but the White House Correspondents' Center.
Loved it.
Yes. So Larry
Yes,
Wilmore
I didn't see
was
it.
there for the entertainment, and were we not entertained?
Yes.
I heard he was awesome.
He was.
He
He
was
did a
really
really
good.
great job.
He was really good.
I guess the controversy was about his closing, where he was like, Barry, you did it, my nigga. And, Barack responded, was like, but it was a moment between brothers.
Yes.
And to make other races understand it, it would take a lifetime because
Yes.
it's so many different
So
stipulations.
wait, he said the N-word?
Yes.
He did.
Yo, Barry, you did this, my nigga.
Yes. And Barack was like,
He was talking to Barack.
Yeah, did the chest pound. And
Who's
Obama did
Barry,
the chest
though?
pound.
he's a comedian.
He's a comedian.
Yes, Larry Wilmore is a comedian. Barry is Barack. He was saying, Barry, you.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
And
I was here for
Barack
all
was
of
like,
it.
He
yeah, I
received
did.
it. Yeah, because
He did.
Nigga, we made it.
Right. You can't
But
take
that's
that
what
away.
I love about the N-word. I know it's always controversial, but I just feel like as black people, why we can't have something for us?
Right.
Like that's just like an understanding amongst black people that you can say that, and nigga is not the same as nigger.
Right. But see, the problem isn't with us. The problem is other people feel like they can say it.
But no, they can't.
But that's where the
problem
we get to
controversy
have
comes
it.
When Donald Trump comes on
Oh,
and starts talking about it.
niggas and tacos. It's
Look.
coming. Wait for it.
I just feel like we should be able to have something. For example, my gay friends, I've heard them call their gay friends or like their boyfriends like fags or faggots. Now, I'm real clear that I can't say that.
Right.
But
Right.
they can say that.
Right.
So how come white people can't respect the same thing?
Well, first of all, because respect is already an issue. Now you want them to respect a word within the respect? We'll be here all day.
All right.
But speaking of Barack, did you guys know that John Legend executive produced a movie?
Yes.
Southside with You, that's based on Barack and Michelle's first date.
Yes.
Oh, it's their first date.
I didn't know he was the executive producer,
He
but
is.
I know the casting director on that, Twinkie, and I've been hearing about this movie for a really long time. I think Tinka Sumter plays Michelle.
Yes. And Parker Sawyer plays Barack. So I watched the trailer last night, and it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Because it's like just the date. That's what the movie is.
Oh, the first day.
Yes, and it
so
drops
cute.
in theaters. It hits theaters August 26th. So you gotta go check.
Wow, that's
I would
awesome.
definitely be
Yes.
supporting that.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And Diddy. Did we hear about Diddy? Diddy, P. Diddy, Sean
What's the
Combs.
latest?
What name do we go by this week? I don't know. But he announced his retirement.
Oh, yes.
I think that kind
From
of went
what
under.
though? Like, I mean, we
from
know
the music game. The music game. I mean, he is Forbes' top billionaire there, millionaire there. So, you know.
But is he announcing his retirement from rapping?
Yeah, from the music side. He after his next album, which is his last album, which is No Way Out 2, and he wants to dedicate 100% of his time to doing films.
Good for him.
Yeah, so that's a new
Look,
avenue for
Let
them
me
to
go holler
explore.
at Puff.
Look, Puff is my hero.
Listen.
When you talk about people who have reinvented themselves and reinvented their careers, he is a master at it.
Yeah, he definitely is.
He is a master at it.
And it's,
Yeah, he's awesome. My friend Erica works for him, and basically she runs a lot of his stuff. We actually need to have her on here as a guest. And she's just like, he's so dedicated and focused, and he has to wear like all these hats, you know, like in public he's Puff, but then he's behind the scenes and he's a businessman and then he's a father. So he's just, you know, he does it all. So
He's smart. He's one smart
I'm
dude.
all about anybody hustling and getting them coins.
Yes.
So yeah, definitely.
And I'm here for some films from Diddy. I think that would be really.
Why not?
Yeah,
Why not?
absolutely.
Yeah, he's been doing some acting too.
Yeah,
so
here
that'll
and
be
there.
cool.
Yeah. I think he definitely would have something to offer to contribute to the film world.
Absolutely.
Now, we all speculated when Janet Jackson canceled her Unbreakable tour, right?
Yep.
Saying she was planning the family. I knew then she was pregnant because I'm like, how you been practicing, getting ready for this world tour, and then the minute it get ready to get started, you cancel it
No,
to
she
plan
did a
a
couple
family.
shows, right?
No, I don't think she did any, did she?
Yeah, she
Yeah,
did.
I saw her in Santa Barbara.
Yeah, you went.
I
that's right,
went.
you
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
So I'm like, it just didn't make sense. Like usually, okay, if this is the tour, we definitely ain't trying to have a family.
Right.
So I just think that was one of those moments where it's like, oops, we're expecting, you know. And so at 49, she is expecting.
Well,
It's
shit,
now
I got a
official.
whole lot of time then because I'm like, Jesus. Like, she's
happy
about
for her.
to be 50,
Yes,
right?
Yeah.
Now, do we all agree this is her first child or her second?
I think she got one.
Forgot about that, baby.
Yes.
I think she
with,
has one floating around.
the
With
March
Elsa
marriage.
March,
Yes,
Wow.
Inquiring
Listen,
minds
I would
like
be trying to get pregnant by that billionaire too, so I'm gonna blame her. Okay.
You stupid. Look, she like, listen, never mind the tour. I need to secure my future.
Exactly. Shit, girl, you better go ahead and get that check, okay?
Well, I got a couple more things. So Jay-Z is doing the response to Lemonade, allegedly. according
think
to
it's
US
true?
Weekly. No, I don't. I just don't think. I don't know. I
They
just
so damn smart though.
They are. Now, it would be genius if he is, but honestly, I just don't see him taking the time to do a response
Right.
to an album.
It would be a little weird.
Yeah, like really?
You know what? I just feel like it could be part of the master plan, part of
It could.
part of the Carter family plan.
But then it kind of makes me feel like that line in Drake's song when she said, open up, she didn't mean open up for a world tour. Like, it kind of,
Right.
I don't know,
I
it
just
makes
kind
it
of feel like don't take your lady shine.
Yeah.
Let her just have her moment.
Yeah, don't
And
do
like,
that.
I don't know.
it is what it is.
All I'm gonna say is the tabloid rumors. There's always some truth
pinch of truth.
to all of it.
Where there
Right?
is
Listen,
It
smoke.
might not be an album. It might be a remix to one of her own
Right.
songs,
Yeah.
right?
Now, I could see him
I can
dropping
see a
song.
remix
Well,
to Sorry.
it said recordings, so I don't think it's just a remix to one song.
But just think
I
if
don't
it was
know.
a remix to Sorry. That would be dope.
It would.
That would be dope.
But I don't think besides Sorry, Hold Up, and Sandcat, like it's only a few songs you really could respond
I know.
to from a male perspective.
Right.
Like what
right.
did
Yeah.
Daddy's Love or like
yeah.
what are you saying there,
It would have to
Mama?
be Sorry.
Yeah.
So
I don't
we
think
got it all figured out
Listen,
here.
I'm all for a song, but please don't do a whole album. Like that's just unnecessary.
No, he don't need to
And
do
what is
that.
it? Is it gonna be visual? Like I can't.
No. Now, if you do a visual, we gonna talk about you, Jay-Z. I don't think he'll do a visual.
Right.
But to wrap it up, Caitlyn Jenner, Sports Illustrated.
Oh, I'm
Nude.
over it.
Okay, first of all, this is what I had
I
the biggest
cannot.
I
issue
can't.
with.
I just
Enough
can't.
is enough already.
I
That's
cannot.
number one. Number two, how is Caitlyn Jenner going to be in Sports Illustrated with her medals when her don't have medals? He has medals.
I cannot.
So I'm a little confused.
Wait, and with
I
the
cannot.
is it the posing nude situation?
Yes, and
OMG.
is she
Listen,
going
no.
to be in the magazine like Usher was on Snapchat, holding the medals over the penis area? Like, what are you doing?
Listen,
I can't with any of it.
I had enough with the Vanity Fair.
Yeah.
I was cool on that.
No,
I mean,
Glamour magazine Woman of the Year took me over the edge.
No,
I'm
yeah.
done with Caitlyn Jenner. Done with it.
It's like I don't know. Now now I question your motive. Because I'm
always
just like,
questioned
well,
it.
you know, before, we felt sympathetic. Okay, if this is who you feel like you've been all these years and had to cover up, that's no way for someone to live. But what message are you sending? Because you're not quite 100% woman. You're not
Right.
You're still 100% man as far as I'm concerned. With your organs and all of those things. So
I don't get
I'm
it.
just so confused. We're getting
Kris
confused
Jenner
now.
is somewhere pissed. Like, what the hell? Like, you taking all my shine. I'm supposed to be the head of the family, okay? And Caitlyn has came in
Yeah.
and just stole
rattled that
her
cage,
thunder.
Yeah.
and I'm like, whoa.
She is definitely,
nobody asking her to
she is
pose
definitely
nowhere.
getting revenge. All the years they dogged her on the Kardashians.
all them times they put
Yeah.
on an allowance.
Yeah.
They spending money, all of that. It's coming back 10
It is
times
coming
fold.
back to haunt them.
Oh gosh, I don't know. Listen, that's one Sports Illustrated I think I could pass, but
Yeah.
I'm so confused now.
That's
but
just,
I don't know
too
what
much.
message we're giving.
It's just too much.
Yeah.
Now look, I know this is not part of just her. However, the Kardashians are in Cuba. And they've been criticized a lot. A senator came out and really criticized them and said, Kardashians are going to Cuba, cameras in tow, creating this lavish picture of what Cuba is. And the people in Cuba live so far from that, right? So it made me start thinking about, how do we feel about, because basically with everything happening, they're trying to make Cuba like the hot spot, right? And I think it's great because the country obviously needs a huge
economy.
economic influx,
Right.
But I was a little salty, because me and Ryan went to Cuba like 10 years ago, and I'm like, y'all bitches just discovering it real late,
Right, exactly. But did you hear, I believe it was last weekend, the first cruise ship went to Cuba. And also the reason why they're over in Cuba is because Chanel and Karl Lagerfeld are doing a fashion show over there.
Yeah.
So it was like
you wouldn't have been in Cuba if Chanel wasn't over
Right,
there.
exactly.
Okay,
like
got it.
I
Steve
know.
Harvey's wife was over there. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I find it, I'm kind of like on the fence
Me too.
about it.
I'm feeling some kind of way because when we went to Cuba, Ryan must have been, maybe 10 years old or so, maybe 12, something like that. We went to Cuba and we went on a missionary trip. And we actually went with Khalees and her mom and had a blast. But when we were there, yes, it is, it is a poor country, you know what I mean? And it is capitalism and all that. But the people were so proud. They weren't like downtrodden and like poor me.
Right.
They were proud and they were applauding like Fidel Castro because they were like, you guys, the U.S., you tried to steal our country from us.
Right.
And Fidel stood up for our rights. So they weren't like, oh, he's a dictator, we hate him.
Right.
They were like incredibly proud people. So I don't know. I'm on the fence.
And that's all they know.
Yeah.
And you know, and they're very happy. So
Yeah.
it's like, do you come and disrupt that?
I know. I just hope that all of the people and all of the attention does bring economic, stimulation to the country.
Right.
And it's not going to be other governments now trying to, create all these trade agreements and embargoes that really take all the tourism money away from them. So there you have it.
Well, we'll stay tuned and see what that
I got into all that.
We'll see how this unfolds.
Nothing about it, not another second.
But it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful country.
Yeah.
And it does feel like you step back in time.
Oh, wow.
Yes, with
Like
the
in the
old cars
50s.
and-
Okay.
The cars, the architecture, the music, the people, the food, everything is just like old world. But not like old world like ancient, just like another world.
Okay.
It's beautiful, beautiful.
Well,
Anyway.
I only been to Florida. So
Well, Jen and I are well traveled.
Yes, honey.
Passports got checked, got clips in them. All right, so let's move on, ladies. All right, so let's talk a little bit of what I like to call Heartbreak Hotel, because we have all been there at one point or another.
Yes.
So when your heart is broken, it feels like the end of the world. You feel sick to your stomach.
Yes,
like
the
no
heart
amount.
palpitations.
Yes,
and all of
you
it. I
can't breathe. Right?
Lord. Just take me now.
So the pain is just agonizing. It feels like a giant hole, right, is in the middle of your chest. You
Right.
cry, you scream, you watch Netflix, you've seen every documentary
Netflix
on TV.
wasn't out then.
How old are you?
What? Netflix ain't been out
We
when
talking
had
to the
Heartbreak.
current people now that's going through heartbreaks and what you do and all that.
So you watch movies.
Yes.
For Blockbuster.
All the
April.
sad movies. Yeah. Now wait a minute, I ain't that old.
You watch
yeah.
movies. We watch our movies for Blockbuster.
We do.
We get drunk. We do all the stuff that we think is going to help us get out of Heartbreak Hotel. But the truth is, breakups are a bitch, and heartbreak is a bigger bitch than even karma.
Yeah.
All right, so ladies, what do you think are some unhealthy ways that people typically deal with heartbreak?
Violence.
With that hot sauce in their bag.
Okay. And a baseball bat like Beyonce. No, seriously, violence. People eat themselves into a coma.
Yes.
People drink. I mean,
Yeah, you said, I was going to say when your health starts to deteriorate, when you don't care about yourself
Right.
enough,
Right.
that the whole heartbreak has somehow taken precedence over your whole existence, and
Right.
you're not eating, you're not sleeping, you're making stupid behind decisions. Like everything that you once represented as solid is just fell by the wayside.
Right. So do you think this lady, this young woman here, do you think this is a healthy way to deal with heartbreak? I mean, she's basically getting a good cry.
I think that's a beautiful ad for Kleenex. I'm not mad at that. That's really lightweight. I mean, we all cry during heartbreak.
Yes.
So I think every
Yeah,
woman
absolutely.
can relate to that.
Yeah.
Even if she's mad as fish grease, she still
Right,
sheds some
right.
tears in that. So.
and crying is like
It's therapeutic.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
like cleansing yourself.
Right,
And,
agreed.
And sometimes you just gotta let it out.
Okay. So, Jen, what would you say has been the hardest part for you in going through a breakup? I mean, you had a very public breakup.
I would say for me going through my breakup, the hard part was, one, I saw my life being one way and it was another way, so I had to kind of get that adjustment in my head. And then it was convenient, like this was the person that I knew for over a decade, and whether I loved him or liked him at that time, it was what I was used to. So I think when you get into like a pattern, and I really enjoy companionship, so I think that was the hardest part for me. And then just because mine was public, everybody's opinion and like, why did you wait so long and why would you do this and blah blah blah. But you can't say what you're gonna do unless you're in someone's shoes, and you don't know the internal variables that people are going through. You know, like my parents got divorced, so it was something that I never wanted for myself, and I always thought like, okay, I'm gonna be a failure if I get divorced. So there was just things like personally that I had to deal with. But honestly, a heartbreak is a heartbreak, and we've all been through it. And I just think time is like the best remedy.
True.
Because there's shit you have to process. You're gonna have to cry. Like you gotta go through all those things to get to the finish line.
Right. So true. So true. So April, what would you say if whether you were the one doing the breakup or you were broken up with? What's most important to remember?
What's most important to remember?
Whether somebody was breaking up with you or you were breaking up with them.
When I broke up with them. Okay.
Well, we knew that. We knew that.
Okay. I think, I mean, nobody wants to be the one that's getting broken up on. And for some reason, when you break up, you feel empowered.
You do?
I did. Like, I felt like,
like, I'm leaving you.
Yes,
so.
you're not leaving me.
Oh.
Yeah, like, and it really wasn't much heartbreak. It was kind of like, okay.
So you've never had any heartbreak?
No, I did. I've been broken up with, but you said between the two. I've been broken up with, and I've done the breaking up. And ironically, it was with the same person. Which is crazy. But yeah, no, I think, initially when my oldest son's father, when I guess he broke up, but didn't really, in his mind, he had broken up, but he just didn't relay that to me. So when I found out, of course it was like hard, like, your pride, your ego, your bruise, like the embarrassment, like how dare you know. But then when we did reconcile and try it again and we had our son, I saw things so much clearer and I knew we weren't supposed to be together. So I was like, peace. And when you leave the situation, you kind of, and I say empowered because the next woman always thinks she got a prize. She always thinks she got a prize, no matter how messed up he was in a relationship with you. Right. So she always thinks like he's this great thing, but you sitting over there like, girl, I know that thing inside and out. You really don't have a prize, but I'm gonna let you think you have a prize.
But sometimes you're making a guy better for the next woman. Like maybe he learned a lesson.
I would agree.
Absolutely, but it still doesn't mean his mess isn't still with him in some capacity.
But don't we all have a little bit of mess?
Absolutely. We all have a little bit of mess, but the mess that women can't deal with in relationships that causes them to say peace, it's some of that carries on in the next relationship.
Okay, but what about when a guy breaks up with you and he says, you know what, it's not you, it's really me. But then, I just need to deal with myself, I need to work on myself, and then you find out that it really was another woman.
Yeah, then that's when you want to grab the bat. I think, yes, it definitely hurts worse because I think, when there is heartbreak, a part of you is always thinking like, well, what was it about me that didn't let this work? Right. And it's so crushed. When you get that little bit of a cushion that is like, oh, it wasn't you, it's all me, you kind of feel a sense of relief. Like, oh, okay, so I'm not as totally screwed up as I was thinking I was in this relationship. But then to add insult to injury, when you go with another girl 2 weeks later, you like, that's poppycock. So none of that.
That's a slap in the face.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, so you not only did you break up with me, but then you lied about why you broke up with. Like, it's just so many levels of disrespect. Really.
So what about when your dude breaks up with you and for another woman, but it ends up being somebody you know?
Has that happened to you?
That's violation. That's just you need to call Pookie and come and see him if that's the case. I don't play with that. Getting with
I don't know because I have never had to deal with that, and I don't know how my mind would really process that.
No, interesting.
Now, has that been something you explored?
Well, I would say, Damon and I were friends. Damon was previously married. Now, Damon and I started dating like 2 years into his divorce. Mm-hmm. But, of course, from his wife's or his ex-wife's perspective, he left her to be with me.
Right.
Regardless of the truth.
Right.
You know what I mean? That is her story.
And she's sticking with it.
Did you have a relationship with her?
No. I mean, I knew he was married, but you know what I mean? It's not like we were friends or anything like that. But it's funny because that traveled with him. Like, he lost friendships. He lost people that won't talk to him to this day. And people that would say shit about me to him. Of course, no bitch was bad enough to say nothing to me to my face. Ever. However, you know, they be trying to pop off on him. You know what I mean? So I just find it interesting because it's like, one, you don't know. Only people that know are the two people in the relationship.
Right.
Only two people that know. And then two, like, okay, what if it is somebody you know?
I have a problem with that.
I mean, it ain't like he go.
might have to come out and play.
I have a problem if you dating my sister or like one of my tight girlfriends, like one of my girls.
When you say no, define
Right,
it.
that's what you
Like, we cool and we
you
speak.
You bitches.
That's very
we
vague.
speak?
Like,
you know
I got a
her.
problem. Yeah, no. The what?
You
we ain't
know
doing
her.
that. We ain't doing that. Listen, we ain't doing that.
Jen?
but like, wait.
Jen ain't doing that.
Do y'all, no, I'm not. But like, do you have each other's phone number? Like, how you know her? Or
I don't
just
know.
like,
I mean,
it's
like,
casual?
I wasn't friends with Damon's wife. I didn't have her phone number. We weren't getting together
Well,
for
y'all
drinks.
didn't know each other.
But you know what I mean? But in some people's opinion, they could say, oh, hell no, you knew Damon was married, right? So my point is just...
But he was going through a divorce.
He was going through divorce. He was, but my point is just people feel some type of way, and I just think that the world is super small, and you know it's just gonna happen.
Here's the thing. I feel if it's not someone you're close to, as far as like y'all go have drinks or you have each other's number, or you know, if it's just someone you see in passing, I don't think you could really do anything about that because the world is really small and you don't know who people. But I feel when you know someone, there should be a certain sense of loyalty that regardless if we're not best friends or we don't talk every day, that you would have the respect.
Respect.
That's exactly what I was about to say. You have the respect for me not to do something like that.
Interesting. I mean, I don't agree because I just think people fall in love with who they fall in love with. Now,
It's too many people in this world.
But it's another thing to
if you meet her and you know I know her, you need to meet someone new.
But it's another thing to be like malicious or to be like, you know, oh, I was checking her out when we were still together. Like that's different. But like, for example, entertainers often date other entertainers, and you cannot tell me that they haven't all been in the same circles. They haven't been
But they
cordial.
like that sick stuff. I don't understand why the same
No,
eight people
athletes
get
too.
recycled.
Athletes,
Right.
they
And that
date
is
the
my
same
point.
women.
Yeah,
Well,
but that's
and I think
different.
it's because people date who's in their life. People date who's in their circle.
No, I think when you get to athletes and entertainers, they like to date who's hot. I think that's what that is. Because it's enough beautiful women.
It's enough of them
that
married to
are
not hot
qualified.
women.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, we shouldn't see the same woman dating 5 different basketball players. Is there not any other woman in the world that you could probably meet and really
I'm just
like?
saying, so you telling me you ain't never dated nobody else in the music business? Just Sean?
Before my husband?
Yeah.
No, I dated somebody in the music industry.
Point
But
taken.
they don't. But you said know each other. Know each other. Like me and Jen will be in the picture. She'll be dating somebody, and if I wasn't married and they break up, next thing you know, me and that guy she was dating, we in the picture. Like, what is that? That's crazy.
Jen.
That's crazy.
I think that it
I'm
is.
so tired of seeing the same 7 celebrities being recycled. I'm
I
like,
think it's
is
just-
there not any other women? Jennifer is a good woman.
I think it's just really common for people to date people in their immediate surroundings.
I think it's common because it's a desire behind it. I don't think it's just a natural thing where it's just organic and it happens. I don't.
I don't believe that. I think you're doing a lot.
And with athletes and entertainers, I don't.
I mean, but okay. So
Now we're talking about regular folks. There's no way in the world. It's just the world is that small
Even with regular folks. I mean, people tend to date who's in their immediate circles. They do. I mean, I know I've certainly broken up with dudes that ended up with women I knew. Now, it wasn't like she was my girl, but we were from the same town. We went to the same church. You know, we saw each other on weekends.
If we speak, she's off limits. That's all I got
because
for
honestly, I just thought about it. There is so many people in the world, right? And regardless, you could date someone that lives in your close proximity. Like, for instance, I was out a couple weeks ago, and I happened to just, I had a meeting and it was late. And so anyway, I happened to go to this bar by myself because I wanted something to eat. And so I meet this guy. He's Jewish, completely not in my circle. Like, I would never meet him. Lives so close to me, though. Right. But I was like, okay, this is, great. It's something new. It's refreshing. So my point in saying that is, I get people in your circle, but if you just go out, you can meet someone. So it's it doesn't matter if you see this person all the time, they're in your circle.
That don't mean you got to put your
can meet people in everywhere.
In compartment. That don't mean y'all got a date.
Okay.
I would have never met this person because he's definitely not in my circle.
But what if somebody is in your circle and happens to be your soulmate? Do you saying you don't believe in that?
I'm not doing that. That's just not how I roll.
I'm just saying things can happen, and it's not always malicious. It's not always.
Absolutely, I agree.
I don't think it's ever malicious, but I just think it's
sometimes it is.
I think it's trifling and lazy, and that they should have just went a little bit further.
Sometimes it is just trifling.
Yeah,
I do think that. I think that
if
men
it's
don't have
your girl, then that's trifling.
But sometimes it just be like that.
No.
All right, let's move on. Clearly, we are not going to agree.
Because we don't agree with that one.
Look, I actually want to hear from y'all out there watching us. Have you ever dated somebody who was a breakup from somebody you knew? I'm saying she's your best friend, but really, ever date somebody who you kind of know each other, you kind of roll in the same circles, y'all go to the same church, you be seeing him up in Whole Foods. I mean, come on. I ain't crazy.
You need to have a conversation with that person.
I ain't crazy. Let's move on. All right, so let's play a game. Okay. I'm excited. So we know the Met Gala was this week.
Yes.
Speaking of Met Gala, who was your best dressed before we get into that?
Can I pick a guy?
Yeah.
Zayn.
Oh, yeah, that was cute.
It was
cute. He killed it.
Just told all the guys go home.
Yeah, he did kill it.
Yeah.
How about you, Jen?
I remember him.
The metal sleeve.
Oh, right.
Gigi.
Okay.
Yeah, he looked dope.
Yeah.
Who was awesome to me? Who had the dress that lit up?
I didn't see that one.
Claire Danes.
I thought that was great.
Yeah,
it was very
dope.
princess and fairy tale, and I thought it went with the theme. Cause you know what, everybody looked the fucking same,
didn't they? That's why I was like, can I pick a guy?
That's just a different variation of the same goddamn dress.
It's true.
Right.
It's true. But my best dress was somebody who April challenged me about last week when I said she had great style, and that was Rita Ora and all those feathers.
I didn't like that. She looked like she was giving
Oh
flower.
my God, I loved it.
You know who I did
I'm
like?
here for it.
Who I did like? Zendaya.
I don't even remember what
She had kind of like the mushroom going on.
Oh,
with the gold.
with the gold
I thought that
dress.
was a nice look.
Yeah, that was cute.
Yeah, I saw Rita. Rita looked great. But the feathers, I felt like
it.
she's just going to go like this and fly.
I loved it. Because I just feel like Hollywood is not glamorous anymore. It's just like trendy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, anyway, let's play a game.
Okay.
So, now we're going to play a game called This or That. So, I'm going to show you a couple of pictures, and you've got to tell me which dress you prefer. First, we have Claire Danes wearing Zach Posen and Zoe Saldana in Dolce & Gabbana.
You know, I'm here for Claire.
Really? I'm all for Dolce.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Dolce too. All right, next we have Kylie Jenner and Kim Kardashian both wearing Balmain.
It's the same dress with a split.
Right. I mean, is there a difference?
Yeah. I really wasn't fascinated with either. I don't want to pick.
Jen?
Yeah, if I had to wear it, I would do the split because I like to show my legs. But Kim is like 5 feet, so I'm not really feeling that on her, so I'll go with Kylie.
Her split should have been higher. I'm surprised her split wasn't higher.
But I liked Kim better than Kylie because I just feel like Kylie looks like a little girl. It looks like the dress is wearing her.
She looks like she's wearing one of Kim's old gowns.
Yeah, she does. Like Kim is such a woman. Like she has a commanding presence. You know what I mean? Even though I don't think the dress was really flattering on her because it doesn't make her waist look as small as it really is.
And you would think with her booty inflation, her waist would be really small.
Very small, I know. Anyway, all right. Next we have Madonna wearing Givenchy
Out of control.
and Lupita Nyong'o
Both
and
of
Calvin
them are
Klein.
out of control. Calvin and the
mess.
other one.
Hot messes.
I don't know what happened here. And Lupita I'm usually like, oh, she looks nice, but I was
They both look like a train wreck.
Wow. I hated Madonna. I need her to stop being naked because just because you're thin does not mean you're in good shape.
She's like, I
in good
work
shape.
out.
For 65, but I don't want to see a naked 65. No different than I don't want to see Caitlyn Jenner naked, right? So I hated all of that, everything about it. I actually loved what Lupita had on. I loved it. I loved the dress. I love the color. I love the hair. And it's so funny because Vogue posted an image of Lupita and said she got her inspiration for her hair from Audrey Hepburn.
I saw
And they
that.
showed it side by side.
Yes,
And yesterday, Lupita posted something on her Instagram, and it shows an African warrior woman
Where she
with
got
the
the
hair.
inspiration from.
And it said, hair inspiration check.
Ooh.
Copied, at Vogue magazine.
Oh,
like,
right.
enough said.
Get your facts straight.
Well, for that, I love Lupita.
I thought she looked great. I thought she looked original.
Yeah, but the hair kind of made me like.
Oh, I love the hair. Take a risk.
I know, but that was not a risk. That was like jump out the window and maybe I have wings.
I
I'm
loved
not
it.
a fan of none of it.
Oh, I loved it. Y'all wrong. Okay, next we have Will.I.Am, and I actually don't know who Will.I.Am is wearing, but Will.I.Am and Kanye West. Kanye is in Balmain.
I can't. Just
Listen, I loved Kanye's look, but not for that. I thought it was a dope look. I'm not crazy
You
about
like
the
the
Chelsea
contacts?
boots. No, I saw on Instagram somebody say he looks like Blade's little brother Butter Knife. When Wesley Snipes played Blade with the contacts. But no.
he's a fucking freak to me. Like I can't. He is bugged out.
I like that for a movie premiere, not the Met Gala.
Well,
Yeah, I can't.
Will.I.Am, is that a mask on his face?
yes, he has on a.
I think the Zorro thing could have stayed at home and he would have killed it.
Yeah. I hated Will.I.Am. I thought Kanye looked so dope. I loved it. I was here for it. I loved it. I loved the contacts. I thought it was risky. It was edgy. You know, the theme was man versus machine. I love that he didn't do a tux because he's like, I don't have to. Shit, I'm Kanye.
But them boots was not the ticket.
I loved it.
The boots.
Right.
I just loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. People should take risks in fashion.
Yes,
it shouldn't
but the right
always
risks.
just be so calculated. You know?
I agree, but them Chelsea boots was not it.
I loved it, especially.
He's been wearing them all week on TMZ.
So, that's what I love because he looks so unbothered.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
He looks so unbothered, like, yes, the Met, but shit, I'm Kanye. I love his arrogance. I really
He
do.
should have stayed.
All right. Next we have Jordan Dunn and Sierra. Jordan is wearing Balmain.
Jordan,
right?
Yeah.
Is wearing Balmain, and Sierra's wearing H&M.
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 Go on H&M.
Custom H&M. How you doing?
Listen, I think a lot of people love Sierra, but what I did not like about Sierra was the hair. I
Yeah,
liked the
I didn't
color
like
of the
the
hair, but I didn't like the style of the hair for that
Then it
dress.
was all them pins, like, girl,
Yeah,
you could
I
use some
don't-
hairspray or throw a wig on or something.
And I didn't like the side boob. It was just too much to me.
I think if she did that stone gray sleek ponytail long in the
Yeah, that
back with
would've
it,
been
would have
nice.
been.
Yeah.
But it kind of kind of aged her a little bit with that dress, and it just wasn't working
Yeah.
for me.
I thought Jordan just killed
Yeah,
it.
she killed it.
killed it.
Stunning.
Yeah.
Olivier, he always just delivers. I'm sorry. He's a talented little boy. All right, and last we have who is being touted as the #1 sister in the country, Solange and Beyonce.
Oh, let me tell you something. I like them both. And I don't want to pick one over the other. I don't. Because what I like about Solange is she always takes a risk.
Yes.
And she always looks good in her risk. Yes. And with Beyonce, I just like that. It looked like it was like latex or something.
Yeah, it was.
And I really liked the color was a perfect nude for her. It just, both of them is night and day, but they both did it for me.
I hated Beyonce's makeup.
A lot of people was coming after her makeup and the bushy brow.
No lip.
I thought it worked for the dress, but a lot of people was like, "Ooh, your makeup art. Ooh, you need that." And I'm like, well, obviously it's intentional. This is Beyonce we're talking about. I think she had a bad makeup artist. That was the look they was going for.
I'm with you, April. I love both. I couldn't choose one.
Yeah.
I love both.
They killed it.
Yeah. All right, so I hope you all picked your favorites at home. Let us know what you thought was great. So let's move on and let's talk about the notion that big boys don't cry. All right, so researchers have surveyed over 5,000 men and women with an average age of just under 27 years old from 96 different countries and discovered while women experience more emotional extremes in the aftermath of a heartbreak, men take much longer to recover.
Really?
Yes. The same research study also determined that instead of processing their feelings and reflecting on the part they played in the relationship's demise, men simply move on to the next partner.
Now that is true.
So, do you feel that it's true that men can process heartbreak faster or differently than women?
I definitely do believe it's a difference. But I feel like with them, they don't really process it unless it's a good guy, a different type of dude will take the time to process the breakup. You know, but the average man, I don't. I think they do. Yeah, okay, well, who's going to fill this void now? Next.
Who do you think, Jen?
I just think that men, they definitely process it differently, and I agree with April. I don't think sometimes that they really process it until sometimes later on in life. I feel like they rebound.
When they see you and you look different from where they left you, and they like.
And two, I feel that men, they're extremely affected by heartbreak. And so I feel that's why they just bounce to the next person. But I don't feel like women, we're resilient and we process things, and you know, we don't give up on love, and we're like, okay, we
bounce back.
Yeah, we bounce back. I feel men don't. When they get their heart broke, they will talk about that shit for years because they haven't processed it and dealt with it, and they haven't healed from it.
Interesting.
As opposed to just, you know, going to the next girl and thinking that's going to fix it.
I think, too, in breakups, it's crazy because as women, you know, everything is like instantaneous. As soon as the breakup hits, it's like we're doing a detox or something, trying to get over it. But with guys, they do fill the void, and then it's usually for them a delay in their detox, if you will. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, it was a breakup, but, you know, I covered it up with either moving into the next relationship or doing this or sleeping with a bunch of girls or whatever the case may be. But to me, it seems like it's always an afterthought where we're more of an instant, you know.
I think men process heartbreak exactly the same way as women do. Really? I think that men are incredibly emotional creatures.
They are.
And I think that just like women, we talked about shopping, eating, drinking, right? Those are all outward expressions of our heartbreak. And men do the same thing. They just tend to go with another partner. So to me, that's the same thing as, you know, eating yourself to sick or drinking too much. You know, it's their way of kind of dealing with the heartbreak.
It's crazy because I've had this one relationship and he lied about everything. He probably didn't even give me his real name.
What's that, the con artist?
No, this is a different guy. And
Jesus, he makes some bad decisions. Thank God for Sean.
Thank God for Sean. Now you get it, right? But you know, when we was in the relationship, he seemed like a nice dude. He seemed like it really, you know, and I wasn't no airhead, so I don't want people to think like you're just stupid in all your dating days. But he seemed like he was the real deal. He lied to me about everything. And it really, like, I don't want to say it messed me up, but it really affected me because I was like, dang, like, you're not even the caliber dude I usually date, and I did it like thinking you would be different and you was
downgraded,
right? Like for real, you know what I mean? But now, even to this day, still is like, April's the one that got away. And always trying to, if it don't ever work with her husband, I probably would be right there.
They always come back.
Yeah, but no, he the only one, like, from my past that, I know to be trying to send messages and stuff, and we just laugh it off like, nigga, please, you had an opportunity and you totally screwed that up. And even on my worst day, I would never backtrack to you. So, I just think, like, that's an example of how, it's like when you had me, you didn't treat me like you should have been treating me, and now you don't. You darn near can't eat, sleep, and breathe without talking about it.
Well, we all know men are stupid. They are just
Dumb as hell.
They are just dumb beings. But do you think that in comparison, what do you think the first 48 hours after a breakup is like for a man? Is it similar to this picture of this gentleman?
Heck no, I almost cussed. Heck no. Wait, is he like upset and angry? Or
Yeah, he's like your angry black man.
No.
The man that America is afraid
No,
of.
I feel like, man, they go out with their friends.
He's
They
like,
go
we can get these hoes
drinking.
popping.
Yeah, they go to a club.
worried about
They trying to meet the next chick.
Right.
Like, I don't feel like, I just feel like they get out and they're just trying to be like social, and they might drink or whatever the case is. But I don't feel that.
But
they're
isn't that the same
super
thing?
Angry.
No,
That we
because
do?
our first 48 hours is like an episode of the first 48 hours. We done there like, I can't live
Yes.
no more.
Your girls gotta come over and
Girl, you
console
gotta
you.
get it together. You can't let yourself fall apart like this. Oh, you don't want me no more.
And then the girls be like, fuck that nigga, he ain't shit. And I'm like, girl, you can do better.
I'm gonna get myself together. As soon as they leave, you like, oh God, why? No. Night and day. Meanwhile, they like, yeah, girl, back that thing up. You coming home with me tonight? Like, what?
Yeah.
If we had that opportunity, we wouldn't even want it.
Okay.
Our first 48 hours, we're not interested in none of that. We not. Our hearts are broken. We don't want to.
No.
No, I don't want to go out with y'all. No.
Isn't
Give
it
me
the
a bottle
same
of wine
thing?
and-
Isn't
No,
it
I
the
don't think so.
same thing?
It don't feel like the same thing. I don't know. You be the judge.
But okay, do you think that revenge is best served cold?
Yes.
So I think men, because they are so broken and so heartbroken, they immediately think like, oh no, I got to get her back.
Yeah.
Not like I got to win her back,
Right.
but like I got to get some
Make it
revenge.
sting a little.
Right.
Yeah.
Then they go on to look for a bad bitch.
Now, what I will say is I do believe the first 48 hours is more about them going through the motion than them actually being connected emotionally or physically to the scent. You know what I mean?
It's more like an
it's
ego, like-
Yeah, like, let me just do this real quick to keep myself from getting into that possible place where I'll be like, dang, I'm lost without her. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't think they really... Like, they're just going through the motion. That's what I think in their first 48 hours.
Oh, okay.
I don't think they're committed to,
All right.
everything that goes on.
So let me ask you, I started this segment by saying, boys don't cry, right? So is that really, affecting men's willingness to hurt openly after a heartbreak? Just that whole stereotype.
Okay, listen.
Real men don't cry, boys don't cry.
I was dating this one dude, right? And every time I would break up with him, he would start
Every
crying.
time.
And I just can't really, I can't.
you break up?
Girl, I tried to leave him several times. And I'm like, oh God, I can't went to crying. Like, seriously, it got to a point where I was like, I don't even respect you. Like, I just
Right.
don't think men should cry over some, like, bullshit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but I'm just
Wow.
like, yo, I wanted to punch him in the chest, like, yo, could you man up, please?
Wow.
Like, it made me look at him very differently. I'm like,
I have to agree. Like, when dating a guy, you can't cry. You can't. I need to know you
No, I don't
Zorro
even
out
really
there.
know you like that. Like, come
now,
on.
if we in a deep relationship, it's a safe place. You can be vulnerable. You can let your guard down. But we dating it. If you don't get your behind together,
But Jen thought maybe he thought she said they were boyfriend and girlfriend, and
they
they
wasn't
broke
like
up.
that for him to be crying. It was
No.
too soon. Too much too soon.
yeah, no.
So does raising strong, responsible men also mean raising unemotional and detached men?
No, because you could be emotional without boo-hooing somewhere.
April, you got 2 boys.
It's
3
a fine
boys.
line.
You got 3
Yes.
boys.
It's a fine line. It's a fine line because on one hand you want them to be a strong man,
Yeah.
but you don't want them to be so out of tune of being vulnerable and being able to be transparent and really show what it is that true emotion is at the time. You know, I tell my sons, listen, it's a time to be a man, but it's a time where you can also be true to your feelings and who you are as well. You just got to know when it's a safe place and when you're able to do that, because in a relationship with a girl right now, you better not cry. I'm not raising you to cry. You know what I mean? Now, your wife one day,
Yes.
absolutely. That's a place where you should do it. But I'm always like, listen, you so young, you know, yes, you feel like this is it. But you don't know that yet.
Right.
You know what I mean? And darn near some people that's married don't even know if that's the
Right.
one. You know what I mean? So I'm just always reminding him to be careful in his decisions when it comes to the emotions and matters of the heart. Because
I just think we send our boys, obviously I don't have boys, so I preface that, but I just think we give them, you know, conflicting messages, because what you're saying is you are giving your boys, you know, conflicting messages. So how do you create a space for your man to be able to express his feelings without making him feel like he's weak?
well, I don't have that problem. I mean, I think that comes with
No,
time.
I mean, not you specifically, I mean general.
But I'm trying to. I don't know how to tell you the answer. To
Yeah,
that,
but I
'cause
just
that's
think
not-
I think it's just open lines of communication, and that does not have to be with no goddamn tears.
No,
see-
well, I think time creates trust. And once you know it's a place where you can trust your surroundings and whom you're sharing your time with, you know what you can, like I know when I can be my true self and not be judged and not, feel like, oh, okay. I think that takes time though. You don't just
Yeah,
get into a
absolutely.
relationship and it's like, okay.
I agree, but Damon and I, we've been in each other's lives over 20 years. We started as friends and then dated and now married. And I can say I've only seen Damon cry once, which is when his father died. And Damon is so hard. He's so unemotional because he's been taught, to be a man, to be strong, to handle things. And in a lot of ways, I feel like he's undetached. In a lot of ways, I'm like, dang, you never expresses emotion. He never expresses sorrow or sadness. And personally, I worry about him a little bit.
Right.
You know what I mean? I worry where did that come from? Who taught him that he needed to be that hard?
Well, I think with my oldest son, I know for him, concerning certain situations with his father, he was very reserved, very inward with his feelings. And I know for me, I'm an emotional person, and I'm always letting them know, if you want to cry, you can cry. If you want to be happy, if you want to cuss them out, whatever your emotion is, you have that freedom to explore. But, I think it also takes a certain type of person because, recently I could tell what he was keeping inside was becoming a lot.
Yeah.
And so I had to encourage him to let it out because for whatever reason, I think some people self-program themselves.
Yeah.
It's not so much their upbringing because I want him to always feel like he can be true to himself.
Right.
So I would never teach my son, don't you ever cry. Men are not supposed to cry. That's BS. If you need to cry, you cry.
Right.
But don't be acting like no little girl over here, it's a certain way to do that. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
And then you don't know,
I feel like
I just think it's a double.
Damon could be
men
having
are confused.
his private moments. You don't
What
know
he does in private.
Yeah,
Right.
I just think that we raise little boys to just be, they're confused. My grandbaby, Zop, is so sensitive. He's so sensitive. He will cry at the drop of a heart. His feelings get hurt. You know what I mean? He, the music is too loud. Really, he's just a sensitive little boy. He's just a sensitive little boy. And so Ryan is always on him about, stop crying. What are you doing? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing? And I'm like, Where is the honor in growing up and being a thug nasty?
Thug nasty.
I mean, where is the honor in that? Growing up completely unattached and unemotional with life.
See, but that's different because I think because
she's trying to teach him how to be a man. I get it.
Right, and at the end of the day, that's his mother. She has an illustration of what she wants her son to look like.
I know.
And as Lola, it's hard for you to sit by and see that because you feel like you're not allowing him to
just be.
Yeah.
To just let him just be.
Yeah. Now,
you know what I mean?
I don't agree with that because I would never be like, your man, no, he only what?
He's 3.
Yeah, so,
I'm like, what the hell?
I wouldn't do that.
It's a little too early.
Right,
It's a little too early.
Like his feelings are hurt. And why are we so insistent that men can't be unemotional?
See, I'm
because
not
Jen,
that.
you've said it a number of times. You do not want no dude crying with you.
No, not over me leaving you. I'm sorry. Now, if you have a parent that passed away or something, like it has to be something that is very like meaningful.
Maybe you were meaningful to him.
But that didn't work for her.
But listen, if it comes down to it where we're really like together, like if it was like Erica, a situation like that, I would understand it. But that comes with time,
Right.
But all I'm saying,
dating you a couple months.
I get it. But what I'm saying is, it's a perpetual cycle. That men are in situations where they can't be emotional. So by the time they get married, like me, married, second wife, Damon is older, he's completely unattached. Because he's been told all his life.
That's your opinion of it. You might sit down with Damon and he might feel like he's completely attached.
No, he knows he isn't. However,
No, he can't even be the way he want to be.
But I
said, no, he isn't.
Interesting that we have such a double standard with boys. Like it's the same way with like little girls. Like I'm often called a bitch because I want to be, I want to have my own destiny. I want to create my own future. I want to, be successful. Like that's frowned upon. Like women can't be that. Women are supposed to be this, and men are supposed to be this. And I just think we just fucked up people.
I don't think that because then you take Jet and that little boy's so emotional and don't listen to nothing we say. I'll be like, really? You just not going to listen? So I just think it's a whole lot that comes into play with a person's emotions.
It's
like
true.
the parenting is only one portion of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then you can go up to his peers.
Yeah.
If my peers aren't sitting up there looking like vulnerable men, then that might be an indication that that's
So
frowned
true.
upon.
Right.
So now I'm gonna be hard too because my squad ain't a bunch of vulnerable dudes.
Right.
Now if you got a squad that's like, tell me what's wrong, tell me your deepest fears, then you might encourage the other person to be, vulnerable too. So I don't think it's just the parenting. I don't think it's just that portion of it. I think it's a lot of elements that really fall into place when a man or a woman feels like they can be vulnerable.
I get it. I just think we don't make it any better when we hold men to these standards to be, like you said, Zorro, or to be Superman. It also kind of takes away permission for them to to be vulnerable.
See, I don't know. It depends how hard you're going with that Zorro thing, because I always want any of the men that are in my family or directly related to me to always feel they can be them true selves. But, at the end of the day, too, I have to prepare them for the world because the world don't give nothing a cahoot about you.
That's
so
true.
I need you to be a strong man when you leave my nest and be able to, if you want to cry, you can cry, but you cry the right way. Don't be out here in these streets crying and
do
folks
that shit
think you
behind
weak.
closed
You know what I
doors,
mean?
okay?
You take a moment, do what you got to do, but that's real talk. Because folks see them, you weak, you like that? Oh, okay. I know
And they will run right over your
I
ass.
know. All right. Clearly, we're not going to agree on this one. This has been a heated conversation. We need a part 2 about men and their emotions.
Let's get a man up here.
Yeah, we do. So, ladies, before we wrap up, Jen, why don't you give our viewers one last thought about heartbreak and tell them how they can keep up with you?
I would just say this. Heartbreak is a bitch. I think we all know that. We've all been in a bad relationship. We've all experienced heartbreak. I just think heartbreak is all about learning a lesson from it. And it's not always an easy lesson, but being destructive to yourself and drinking and violence is definitely not a good option. But if you could try and process it a different way and maybe, just try and figure out, okay, what am I supposed to learn from this? I think we, a lot of times, just always are like, oh, woe is me, and instead of trying to figure out what is the lesson, because the lesson might actually be a blessing. So you can keep up with me at Jennifer Williams on Instagram and on Twitter at I Am Jennifer.
Thank you.
When it comes to heartbreak, I think everybody in this world has experienced it in one way or another. However, I don't think you should let the heartbreak control you. We actually can control the heartbreak. And what I mean by that is you can either have drown in it, or you can just bounce back and keep pushing. You dictate how long you're going to suffer in the situation or how bad you're going to let it affect you, because at the end of the day, most of us can look back to that point when we were heartbroken and be like, what the heck was I thinking? Or, ooh, dodged the bullet, or whatever the case may be. The point is you've healed from it. So don't always get stuck in the moment to where it clouds your vision and you're unable to be healthy first to yourself and make wise decisions. And you can keep up with me across all social media platforms at I Am April Daniels.
So, ladies and gentlemen that are watching, I think that heartbreak is so necessary. Heartbreak is necessary because it strengthens who you are. It helps you build up your heart. It reminds you that you are human. I mean, the Bible says that Jesus wept, and it is nothing wrong with being emotional and going through the full experience of what a heartbreak is. Because I'm in the business of love, I know what it's like when people are in love. I know the incredible high that they feel because it feels better than anything else in the world. Now, the world goes around, so everything that's up is going to be down at some point. So when you are heartbreaking, I would just say embrace it. Embrace everything about it that comes with it. Be emotional because it's okay. You can keep up with me across all social media platforms at Diann Valentine. Thank you for watching. God bless you. We'll see you next week. Good night.
Bye.
Make sure you have a drink.
From executives Keven Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live. Sip me, Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in. The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.